Shalom, Kohalayim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakakodash. Peace and blessings to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim, put on as the elect, striving for perfection and striving for that crown of righteousness. This is your brother Kassad out of Great Millstone, Austin, coming out the branch of Houston. I was inspired to do a quick hit on this sit down with these individuals calling themselves blacks and everything, but we are the children of Israel. All right, and it's undisputed at this point. All right, the vibration is all throughout the earth. You hear it on every platform. In these days we live in, as the scriptures talk about how wisdom and knowledge will flow all over the earth, man, like water and stuff, man. But I'm gonna let them speak. They're going in on this Kyrie Irving situation because he was suspended now, and he has a ultimatum or things he has to do to get back inside of the good graces with the NBA if he wants to play, right? So I'm gonna let them talk, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures. And perfectly, this is edifying.
Attack on black people and really putting us in our place. That if you think these type of ideas, you have a sickness, and you are going to have to go through training before getting back into society. And sadly, Kyrie Irving is the perfect candidate for that, because if you notice before this, Kyrie didn't take the jab. He got a lot of heat for it, but he stood real strong as the black man. So these are the perfect black men, the black men who don't back down, the black men who aren't afraid to voice their opinion. These are the black men who you really want to bring to the public and break hard. And if you notice, the ADL did not accept this $500,000 donation. They said, no, this is not enough. So no, that's what I'm saying. They're not going for just an apology. They are going for humiliation. They saw the Kanye's, and they're not playing that.
All right, let me because what he's talking about is this right here, and this is for fair use. This is for educational purposes. All right, the list of requirements is what he's talking about that Irving will need to complete in order to rejoin the team are issuing a public statement recognizing the film as anti-Semitic, apologizing for supporting the film and the anti-Semitic tropes. It includes attend training sessions focusing on the danger of hate speech, right? Like Christopher Columbus, I guess, as well as meet with Brooklyn Jewish leaders, and this, right? This place is predicated on putting men in boy positions, especially the Israelite men, when it comes down to it. And when they do that, it's always going to be friction and stuff. But the Lord is dealing with the man on the right hand side, and they understand they have to be harmless as doves out here, right? Wise as serpents. Continuing on.
Black people and all this talking, it's got to stop. And I believe they want it to stop with Kyrie Irving. The problem is that I'm kind of glad this is happening, even though I don't want this happening, because it shows black people, especially black men, where we stand. And they're telling black men, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? We are like, what are we like, 80% of the NBA or 80+% of the NBA is black men, yet not a single black player can sit down in solidarity with Kyrie Irving or...
Well, that's just it, You've answered your own question. Black men believe in the bullshit of this world, all right? Black men believe in what their oppressor calls them, being black. Not looking up the term black or anything. Black represents darkness, wicked, everything nasty out here in society and stuff like that. It comes with a stigma, So, of course not, man. These blacks aren't going to do anything.
Even the black players on the team cannot come together like the other group can. The other group is the minority, but yet they can come together in unification and squash us. And we have so much power that if the black men really wanted to have a say, they could have came in defense of Kyrie Irving and say, you know what, you're not going to do our brother like this. He apologized. He gave you money. Why are y'all doing him like that? If you keep doing like this, we're all going to sit out. Then that's going to put the pressure on them because they can't make money without us. But sadly, a lot of black men, I hate to say, especially in the NBA, they know who pays their checks. So they're not going to say anything. And they're going to sit there and watch them get buck broken. And to me, it makes the entire community look weak. And then the black spectators, we're not going to boycott the NBA. We're going to still watch ESPN, even though they're still talking. I mean, they are trashing Kyrie Irving. We're not going to do anything. So really,
Just really the same old song when it comes down to it, man. Just crying and moaning and not understanding what's going on, you know, in the society that you live in. You are yet still this day in the land of your captivity. All right. You are to be treated as a slave. All right. And they make that known to you when they tell you these things. All right. When they tell you to shut up and dribble when it comes down to it, man. Right. Let's get some scripture. This is Psalms 143. For the enemy hath persecuted my soul. He had smitten my life down to the ground. He had made me to dwell in darkness as those that have been long dead. All right. Dry bones. Right. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the works of thy hands. I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth after thee as a thirsty land and stuff, man. And before we came into the truth and got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is a gift, all right, that only certain men are going to receive or be able to receive at the end of the day, man, we were thirsting after this knowledge, thirsting after this understanding. What the hell is going on in this world that we living in? All right. Why are we in this dead-like state? You know, blackness and stuff, man. But we was thirsting to be reconnected with our power, you know, when it comes down through it, through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, man, who's our reconciliation, all right, our connection. Back, man, this is Psalms 137. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required us a song, and they that wasted us required us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion and stuff, man. And still to this day, man, they still are requiring this mirth out of us. All right. We are just to entertain and be in high spirit. That's what makes them feel comfortable at the end of the day and able to sleep at night. Right. Us calling ourselves black and us tap dancing, you know, huckabucking and all this other things, man. Right. But the true men of the Lord are going to be out there on the corners, man, on the highways and byways, standing boldly in the face of those who have oppressed them, you know, and are still oppressing them and stuff like that, man. Until Israel is appraised or Jerusalem is appraised on the earth, man. We're not going to give them any risk, right? This is Psalm 62:10. Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them and stuff. And the vain, fleshly, carnal man out here, man, he's trusting in all this oppression. You know, he's hook, line, and sinker. Anything they tell him to do, he's doing it. Anything they tell her to do, she's doing it. All right. They're bezeled out necklaces, chains, and talking about they cost more than your house and all this other type of foolishness, this bamfoolery and stuff. Riches increase, they trust in their riches, man. All right. You see your brother suffering and doing bad and you don't do nothing for him, man. Right? You see him getting ran through, you know, the ringer, you know, unjustly, unrighteously, and you just step back and be quiet about it. All right. They just said that silence is violence, you know. You're part of the problem at the end of the day, man. Continuing on, set not your heart upon them. Yahweh has spoken once, twice have I heard this, that the power belongeth unto Yahweh. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy, for thou rendest to every man according to his work and stuff, man. So Lord is going to repay every man to his work and everything that he's doing here on earth, man. Right? And go into martyr. The meaning, in its original meaning, the word martyr meaning witness. All right? It means witness, a martyr. means witness, is someone that suffers persecution and death for advocating, renouncing, or refusing to renounce or advocate a religious belief or other cause as demanded by an external party. In the martyrdom narrative of the remembering community, the refusal to comply with the presented demands results in the punishment or execution of an actor by an alleged oppressor. And that's what he was faced with, man, just then. You know, they gave him some stipulations. The oppressor gave him some stipulations to comply with, you know, to whip his ass back in shape and be an example. But this is last but not least. This is John 18:37. Pilate therefore said unto him, Art thou a king then? Yahushua answered, who the world formerly calls Jesus, ignorantly calls Jesus. His name is Yahushua. He answered, Thou sayest that I am a king. Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice, man. And, you know, we follow in the same footsteps as Yahushua, man, being a witness, you know, and bringing the truth into this world, man. And that's what we was created for, and that's what we came into this world, man, to be a witness unto this truth, man, right? And with that, I'm going to say shalom.